being cautionary. I cannot speak to his guilt. The court will make that determination. What I can tell you, and what I can tell you very strongly, is that the burden of proof rests entirely on the prosecution. It never shifts. Even if they want to argue evidential burden, I don't see how that will inure in their favor here. They will have to prove his guilt. El-Rufai, again, is not obligated to say anything. All he has to say in court is, I did not wiretap. And by the way, what are we talking about? That the Malam Nuhu Ribadu, seriously, is willing to concede that his phone was wiretapped and is still in office at the NSA? Does that tell you something? In a country that kidnappers are calling their victims, in a country that Boko Haram terrorists are on TikTok, and the NSA of that country comes on record to say my phone was wiretapped. For me, that is a more serious security breach than the wiretap itself, than the charge itself. Because it speaks to a lot of things. And as I said, it was a reckless comment by the former governor of Kaduna State, for which some answers should be provided. But they are not interested in even getting answers. If they are interested in getting answers, shouldn't they have spoken to him? Because how did the wiretap happen? Have they told Nigerians? They are the ones to tell us. It's not El-Rufai that has the duty to make that disclosure. They have to disclose to us. And in the charge, they said others at large. Who are the others?
So for you, I think, I mean, if I get your drift now, for you, it is more disturbing that whether they filed it rightly or wrongly, whatever it is you want to call it, the admission, as Bukola said, for the fact that they filed a case, they technically may have been admitting or may have admitted that the phone of an NSA has been wiretapped. And that is very borderline worrying on national security.
They have to admit it. If they don't admit it, the charge is a non-starter. They must first admit that his phone was wiretapped. And upon that admission, the National Security Advisor should tender his resignation, apologize to the president, apologize to Nigerians. I am sorry. My incompetence is now self-evidence. What other evidence of incompetence? If I tell you, National Security Advisor of a country, that my phone has been wiretapped, if they are not willing to concede, they cannot bring this charge. And by the way, they say, oh, he has confessed. Whether what he has said will amount to confession in court, I don't know. But what I know about confession, under section 27 and 28 of the Evidence Act 2011, it has to be direct, it has to be positive, it has to be unequivocal. If you listen to what El-Rufai said, can you tell me this morning that it was a direct, unequivocal, and positive admission of guilt? Because if it is direct, you don't admit to a crime through allegory, through allegorical terms or philosophical expressions. There should be no room for doubt or disputation. There has to be clarity on how the wiretap happened.